If your office lease is less than 2 years away, I'm about to show you how IWS can help you recruit and retain happy employees who love to come to work each day. Maximize the usage of your square footage. Create an impressive workspace that will brand your business. Take the hassle out of managing contractors with our unique system. And we save our average client over 6 figures. Let me give you an example. A client leasing 7 years, remodeling 20,000 square feet, will save more than $500,000. Even if you're planning on staying in your current building and renewing the lease, we'll show you how to realize significant savings. Let me start by introducing you to Ryan Brophy. Did you know that 92% of facilities managers get fired within 6 months of a company relocation? However, after moving Dyno Nobel's offices, Ryan was promoted.
My name is Ryan Brophy. I'm a procurement professional. I have over 10 years experience in the procurement industry. I've worked for 4 different companies, each of which has done over $2 billion a year in revenue. I currently am the Contracts and Services Manager for Dyno Nobel, which is the world's leading manufacturer of explosives. It had been a long time since we had gone out and moved our offices, and frankly, we didn't have a lot of experience with it. One of the things that IWS came up with was to give us the idea of going out and opening up our area, breaking these walls down, letting light in, and in doing so that we would see people wouldn't spend their time chit-chatting with each other, that they would actually spend their time working with each other and bouncing ideas off of each other. They sent us drawings over. We had seen what the desk would look like, the office space. We had conceptual illustrations of exactly what that place would look like.
We were moving our corporate headquarters. We interviewed several vendors throughout the state. We have relationships with them because we're in commercial real estate. IWS was one that we dealt with before, and they clearly had the best processes, the best team, and we ended up hiring them for our own space. Because we're in real estate, that gives us an extra emphasis on our building and our corporate headquarters. That's what we're selling every day. And so for us to have a space that works, all of the people that sit in our space are extra critical of it because that's what they do every day in commercial real estate. And even with that, everyone within our company has loved our space. Our corporate headquarters are exactly what we need. And even with the high scrutiny of everyone in our office, it's turned out great, and it's all because of IWS. The difference with IWS was they could help you save money in all areas because it was an integrated project. There weren't competing contractors trying to get their money, architects trying to get theirs. It's all one team working together for the greater good.
One of the big problems we had was we were moving to a smaller space than what we had. People were used to really big work areas. We took that area and we reduced it by 20% per person. So when IWS came in, they had to fit smaller areas into this space and yet still make the people happy. So people went into smaller areas, but when we got done, it didn't feel like they were in smaller areas.
You know, you think you know the amount of square footage that you need when you start looking for space. But a lot of times that's based on what you've been in before, what you think you need. But what IWS did for us is they helped us maximize the square footage, and we actually ended up taking a little less space, square footage wise, than we thought we needed because of the way that the space was designed and planned, which obviously saves us money and rent and lots of other things.
The sooner that we're involved in the project, the sooner we can start identifying efficiencies, not only in the space planning, but also the types of materials that are used, in a process that everyone is committed to. And there's so much waste that is involved in a construction project, we eliminate that waste up front.
I've been teaching on a university level for over 20 years. I teach commercial interior design and architecture, and I've seen many companies come and go. The product that IWS is offering to the market at this time is by far the best that I have seen in those years.
There's a great expression out there, no one person knows as much as everyone. And when you bring that knowledge to bear on a project and you build a team that 1 + 1 actually equals 3, then you can really, really arrive at some unique and powerful results.
When you think about the before and after, where they were and where they're at now, and they're not paying a penny more, and yet architecturally and spatially, there is no comparison.
When IWS told our committee that we could move from our old office space to this and not pay any more money, we were floored. We couldn't believe it.
When the project was all finished and done, we far exceeded the customer's expectations through the look and feel of our product, which made their space look like they spent $1 million when in reality we came in on the tight budget that we proposed.
We estimated we saved about 30% on our headquarters, and that's huge. And we still got the space we wanted, we still got the functionality, and we still got the look.
This approach that IWS has is the best practice. If you're a company and you want to do things the best way, you get companies that do things world class, and IWS does that.
This was our corporate headquarters. This was our chance to make a first impression when clients walk into the door. And that's a big deal. It's your branding. It's for many times it's the first time that the client interacts with you. And so IWS really helped us focus on that.
Let me give you a case study of Fusion IO. When we met with them, they gave us 3 main goals. Those goals were they wanted a space that was inspiring for people, that could attract and retain talent. They wanted a high-tech look, and then they were a company that was sustaining a 20% growth, and they needed a space to support that. So it needed to be modular and expandable. I mean, what you see in that photograph there is some great architecture, very inspiring, and meets all their needs. And you have 110 people within 10,000 square feet. And yet there's plenty of space for them to do their job.
It's important for employees to feel like they're coming to a place where they feel comfortable at, so that they do their best work. You do your best work when you're happy. You've got to make your employees happy.
I've been around commercial real estate enough to know that how the process works. And you're going to get change orders. You're going to deal with all types of things that come up that you don't foresee, and you're going to end up spending more, and it's going to take longer. Unfortunately, that's how the traditional commercial real estate space environment works. And IWS flies in the face of that, which is why it's the best model by far.
I would recommend IWS because customers need that third party that can step outside of all the other agendas that often exist within the silos and be that impartial, knowledge-based resource to help the customer gather the evidence that they will need to inform their design solution.
I found IWS to really have a much more sophisticated approach, and one that's very, very good for businesses in this particular climate.
The real question shouldn't be why would you use IWS? I would love to hear why you wouldn't.
Take the next step. Schedule an IWS workplace review today. It's easy and it's free. IWS. Strategize, visualize, optimize.